What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me on another video for today. Today is about why do black athletes date white women? Of course, there's a bunch of layers to that, but we're just gonna go and visit the recently engaged Jeremy Reeves from the Washington Commanders and kind of talk about, the whole proposal after the post game. They're going into the playoffs. He just picked up a white woman out of the stadium crowd and proposed to her, and sisters and the internet is going wild. Let's just kind of play clip to clip and let's talk about it just a little bit. Let's go.
Why do black women feel so hurt when we see our black men with white women? Ladies.
I don't like to use the word hurt because I feel that puts too much weight on it. Personally, I am not that sad or affected when I see a black man with a woman of another race, unless he's very fine. And she is not what I really think is, a good match.
Reason why black women are upset when athletes or man that's really rich, the 1%, make it like celebrities and they date white women is because they're not getting picked. They feel left out. They want to be the one chosen. They don't fit into this fantasy. They want to be the one chosen. They don't want the white woman to have the black man, and that's not how it works. Black men are able to date who they want. So if a
big difference between the snow bunny and the African queen is the snow bunny will find a black man in progress. She will find him on the job. She will find him on the university. And that snow bunny will see a black man with potential and she will invest in him. She will help him level up. And then when the sisters see him 5 years ago, 5 years later, he's a millionaire. And the sisters say, look at that sellout. He went and got a white girl. But guess what? When he was looking for a sister to help him level up, to invest in him, none of them wanted it. You know why? Too many black women want a finished product. Black women have to, stay with me. Black women have to stop expecting men to be a finished product. It's harder on us. Help him level up. Stay with me. Help him level up and become what you need him to be. Because the big reason why these snow bunnies are running off with black men is they're meeting them when they have nothing, but they believe in their vision. And black women are waiting for him to cross the finish line. And by the time he crosses the finish line, the snow bunny done snatched him already.
Well, let it snow then.
All right, guys, what do you guys think about Dr. Umar's explanation on that? Okay, and does that go for any woman of any race or specifically black women? Do black women tend to just want to get the already finished product? Is that a case? All right, because I'm gonna tell you what, I grew up in the hood, bro. Like, nobody's a finished product in the hood, man, and it's just like you get who you get, and you don't cause a fit pretty much. But we're gonna get a little bit more into it, but y'all let me know if Dr. Umar's wrong, if Dr. Umar's right. Let's play the next clip. This is Jeremy Reeves proposing in someone's opinion.
The sisterhood is canceling Jeremy because he married his girlfriend and she's not a sister. So in a beautiful moment after the Commanders won, Jeremy decided to propose to his longtime girlfriend and make her a wife. That led shawties on social media, on them blog pages, you know the names, saying, how could he not date a sister? Well, while y'all doing all that yapping, they've known each other since middle school. She held him down when he had a whole injury. While he was at his worst, while bruh got no cheese, no nothing, she held it down for him all these years. And now that he's at the top, he made her a wife. So I'm confused on why you lonely individuals are upset. 25A is either y'all on TikTok bashing the brothers or saying that you finna go get yourself a vanilla brother. But him being with a shawty he got history with is nah, I don't care the history. I want him to marry a sister. Bro, that's not your life, bro. He can marry who he want. That woman treated him good. That woman been with him through his down. Through when he was the downest he could possibly be. What have y'all done? What have y'all done for the man? And this is not directed towards everyone, because there are women defending him too in the comments. I'm talking about this new little sisterhood thing that people created on TikTok and other social media platforms where y'all basically bash any dude that is this or is with someone like this.
The question is, why are people so upset that other men marry I guess it's a thing, right? The sisters just, I mean, hey, they're not getting chosen by these black athletes. Why? It doesn't mean that he doesn't like sisters at all. I'm pretty sure he loves either race either way. He just somehow developed a really strong relationship with his now fiance. Because how do I know that he really loves black women? Well, play the next clip and we'll see what this lady came out the blue and said about Jeremy Reeves.
A woman claims that Washington Commanders star Jeremy Reeves flew her out just months before proposing to his longtime girlfriend.
So this woman claims that Jeremy Reeves flew her out, smashed, gave her money and everything. All right. And that was the sister, man. And she was big mad. She was big mad. She got Mom, you got slimed out, and now you mad because this man on TV having this moment when you just got slimed out. That was your role. Understand your role, Mom. You was okay with flying out there. You knew what time it was, and you knew the business, and you did it anyway. Okay, and now you're coming out of the blue at this moment. Why? I think you should stay in the shadows at this point.
The reason why these black athletes choose to marry the snow bunnies is because the snow bunnies are willing to invest into these black men and or athletes when they are at their lowest point. I'm not saying that only white women do it. I'm just saying that white women do it, if you get what I'm saying. They will get with them at their lowest point. They will do everything within their power to get that man to where he is trying to get to in life. And then push him even further than that.
Oh, so another thing, an argument, they say that white women usually go and push and pretty much push their man to the next level. They support their man in other ways that other racial women don't. Is that true? Do you get what I'm saying? There's not concrete evidence of it, but that's what Dr. Umar says. That's what this guy is claiming. You know, you see these players that are at their lowest. Who's going to be there? Who sees the potential? You get what I'm saying? If you're a product in your environment, let's just say if I always seen white women and I'm like, man, I already know what white women are, what they do, what's their habits, I'm gonna go and choose a different race pretty much and date that race, you know, because it's something different. I'm not used to it and it might make me better. Is that the case for black men? Need my black men to answer that question if you can. Not, let's just go to the next clip because be honest, Jeremy Reeves looks pretty happy in his relationship. So let's just see a little bit about the proposal and afterwards.
And I'm not an in-stadium public proposal fan, but you made me a fan because it was you. What was the best part of that?
The best part of it was that she didn't know. And I think it was just a moment with me and her. Like me and her have known each other since high school. We've been best friends for a very long time. She knew about it. She knew that it was coming at some point. She just didn't know when. She laughing now. But
Can
it
I
was
say
just
hi to Michaela? You really had no freaking idea? None? Come on.
Clueless. I wish I would have known. I would have looked a little better.
No, you looked amazing.
So guys, for you guys that are probably, and for the women that probably think this was just something that just kind of came out of nowhere, I don't know about you, but Jeremy and his fiance look pretty happy and it looked like they have an established relationship well beyond, you know, them going to the playoffs. So I don't see the hate or the misconception is that the man just met her and he's marrying a white woman just so he can be on media and all this stuff, and the Commanders is going to the playoffs and all that type of stuff. They look like they have a legit relationship. All right, for real. And why are you mad? Let's play the next clip.
I really think that black guys like white women because they're easier to get over with. They can get cheated on and they'll go back. Black women, we stand our ground.
You think black men go towards white women because they're easier than black women?
Black guys, they just love them some white women. They really do.
Now, I personally know quite a few black men that are married to white women, have kids with white women, and you know, just that's what they prefer. All right, and I'm gonna be honest with you, coming from where I'm from, their mindset is not too different from that of a black woman. I mean, look, I'm down south, I'm in New Orleans. We all kind of have a good kind of mindset as far as being down here, but you know, you're nice, you're courteous, you got that southern in hospitality. You know, you got to have some ability to cook. You know, we're in the South. You got to learn. You got to know your seasonings and your flavors and those type of things. We all eat. You know, you get what I'm saying? That's what we do. And so, for you guys that are out there, if you're dating a white woman, is it that true? Like, is it true that they're more submissive than a black woman? It's easier for you to be in a relationship? Is it more comfortable? Like, tell me why. Somebody come out and tell me why, if you have or had a relationship with one.
So you being an athlete that made millions and millions of dollars, why do most athletes choose white women?
Because 50% of white women in college. It's a higher rate of white women in college than black women. So it's like, if you're a professional, if you're a college player, you're going to majority be in the class with what type of woman?
White women.
You gotta really break that down and think about what he's saying in this situation. Most of your big time football schools are gonna be PWI, but also, I mean, there's still black women who go to these colleges, but.
Exactly. Those are women going to the school, actually going to class, so you're going to be subjective.
Actually going to class.
To talking to the people who are at the school is white women. So it's like, you know what I mean? Unless you got a girl from high school who you know what I mean? Most of the black girls from high school don't go to college. So if you're an athlete, you know, you're going to run into a white woman because the percentage, you can Google the percentage of white women in college.
Especially at like
all the big schools.
Big schools.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Way more white women.
The majority of white women in college, so it's like those the girls you're gonna be with, you know, or you spending your time and seeing.
So it's not like a sellout thing. A lot of people are upset when they see that. They think like the black men are selling out, but it's not that.
I feel like you're just, you know, that's what they're around. You're gonna adapt to your environment, so.
Fact. I mean, what do y'all think about this? Comment below if you agree with Antonio on this stance, or if you feel like this is really just a stretch.
Now, guys, I went ahead and Googled this because I wanted to know if Antonio Brown was just tripping, but the percentage of white female students in college is higher than the percentage of black female students. This is enrollment. We're not talking graduation. We're talking initial enrollment. The enrollment, white female students make up 28.4% of college students, while black female students make up 8%. Maybe Antonio Brown is on to something over here, because it looks like you're gonna run into a lot more white females than you would black females.
I just watched a video about how D1 athletes only date white girls, and it's very true. I went to a PWI in Birmingham, Alabama, very small, go Bulldog. And in this video, the girl talked about how the other athletes would essentially harass the players who dated black girls. Well, it probably also comes from coaches as well. And I was a little cheerleader, okay? But I wanna make a distinction. Just because you're D1, there are levels to that shit. So whenever we would play a big SEC school, you better believe we got our booty stomped, just destroyed, demolished, okay? But either way, it was very cliquey. Like, you were either in a sorority, then you were only in the sorority. But if you were on an athletic team, you were like, that's all you did. You ate, slept, and drank that team. So me as a cheerleader, you know, I only hung out with cheerleaders for the longest time. Sometimes the dance team. And I also had a lot of friends on the volleyball team. So whenever we'd go out, we'd always go pregame with the volleyball players, and I might have classes with them. I love them. Like, hey, Corinne, if you see this, love you. And I would occasionally make a friend outside of that, but it was very cliquey, and I was just only with the cheerleaders, essentially. Anyways, we're at the PWI, right? There's not a lot of black people, but there was a basketball coach who shall remain nameless. Anyways, whenever I would see this basketball coach, I think the first or second day, we walked past each other once, then we saw each other again later, and he's like, young lady, there's not a lot of us who look like this out here. We gotta acknowledge each other. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, I can get behind that. Like, 6 months passed, and I always see him, and we're getting friendly. I'm like, hey, coach, how you doing? Good, how you doing? This and that. He might see me out and around town when I'm like on a date with white boys, and he didn't say anything. He would always just acknowledge me, like, oh, you know, you better take care of this young lady, this and that. I'm like, okay, great. So then fast forward to 2020, and coach comes up to me, he's like, Sage, what are you doing after college, after you graduate? I'm like, oh, probably move back to North Carolina, this, that, and the third. And he goes, well, you should hit me up sometime. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you know what I mean. And I was like, I literally saw you out at a restaurant with your wife, so I don't know what you mean. I don't. And if they're not dating those black women, they're definitely still trying to sleep with them. And that is because we are viewed as pieces of meat and nothing more. So you might think the athletes are bad, but the coaches are probably worse.
Now, can coaches influence players on who they date? I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case or not the case. Like, let's just be honest. If a coach has a really good attachment to you and he knows the tricks of media and how to do it and how to make you stand out more than the other person. And I did watch a clip another day with a college athlete and I couldn't find it, guys. I promise you I couldn't find it. But he basically said that he was told to date white women because it looks better on camera. All right, it looks better for the draft. All right, he said that specifically, but that was just one play. I've never seen any other clip of anybody else saying that, but this is coming from, you know, a cheerleader that saw it for herself.
Let me tell y'all a story because I feel like we've officially lost the plot, right? So this is Jeremy Reeves. He plays for the Washington Commanders. I read up a little bit on him. He's been cut from the NFL a few times. He like worked his way up to being a Pro Bowler. The NFL equivalent to being an all-star, okay? So great story, love that for him. So after a huge game for his team, the Washington, now called Commanders because their previous name was racist. Story for another day. Anyways, they haven't clinched the playoffs, like earned a playoff spot at this point in time since like 2020, COVID times. It's been a minute. They have a huge game against the Falcons. They win, they clinch the playoffs. Everybody's woo! He goes over to the sidelines. He pulls his girlfriend out of like the seats, and proposes to her right there on the sideline. And then the whole crowd is cheering and whatever. So the video's everywhere. The NFL is posting it like, yay, proposal, woo. And instead of saying congratulations and keeping it moving, the internet turns this proposal into a subject of discourse. And when I say they are hitting all of the hot topics, from I wish she said no, something about this is so off to me. It screams all about him. Why do people public propose anyways? And at a football game in a uniform, if she likes it, I guess. Then this one went pretty viral. It says mid-white women got the NFL on lock. So this starts our second discourse, which is interracial dating. Like, oh, brother. And as a black woman myself, and before y'all start, it's January. I know I'm light bright, and I got 2 black parents. Leave me alone. I just feel like, why are we in it? Like, okay, he proposed to a white girl. Like, why are y'all throwing us in the discourse again? I just feel like it would be weird for me as a black woman to look at this proposal and say, why isn't he marrying a black girl? Because if we're not his cup of tea, okay, I don't want to marry him. And like, good for them. They could have known each other since 3rd grade. I don't know their story. I don't know him. I would understand the discourse if he were out here like, will you marry me because I want to have light-skinned babies and fuck those black bitches? But the only context we have of these two is the proposal.
And last but not least, we're just going to finish off with the concept that, you know, just to go back a little bit more to the clip, black women, she said that she was angry because a good-looking, successful black male is with a white woman and they look mid. Now, if that white woman was of stature, they probably would get a pass. How is that so? And then nonetheless, what about your average hardworking guy? You get what I'm saying? What's up with them? And why are you not so angry with that? But it has to be somebody of higher caliber. It just almost still leans on the fact that women just want something so out of reach all at one time, rather than investing with the guy that's right up the street, the guy's collecting their trash, the guy that's laying the cement down, the guys that's working on the city roads. Those type of guys, they look past them all the time. Regular guys, all right? And just don't get mad. They're like, oh yeah, that dude, I'm not worrying about that dude at all. But when there's a dude that's scoring touchdowns or dunking and making 3-pointers, we have big issues about it. So I'm a men's advocate. I stand out, and I want you regular guys to, get the attention and the love that you deserve, man. But this world is crazy, man, and context plays a lot of it. So plays a lot on how you perceive social media, these posts, the way you edit things. I can edit things right now to make you think like, oh, the context is this and that. But just wanted to let you guys know and just kind of share this video with you because, hey, it was just trending and just wanted to put it together for you. But I'll see you on the next video. If y'all like this one, please like the video, subscribe. See you later.